Have you ever felt completely lost, not just in direction, but in life itself? Like no matter how hard you try, the road keeps crumbling beneath your feet. Today's story will shatter everything you think you know about excuses, about blindness, and about what it truly means to find your way. Stay with me, because the twist at the end of this story will leave you speechless. Deep in the folds of a rugged mountain range, where winter arrived early and forgiveness arrived never, there wandered a man named Caspian. He was not poor by accident. He was not lost by chance. Caspian had everything a traveler needs: two working legs, sharp eyes, and a perfectly drawn map. Yet he could never seem to arrive anywhere worth going. His coat was fraying at the edges, his boots had worn thin. And his spirit had given up long before his body did. Every road he walked, he cursed. Every bridge he crossed, he called unstable. Every map he unfolded, he declared useless. Caspian had mastered one skill above all others: the art of blame. Studies in behavioral psychology confirm that people who externalize blame consistently report lower achievement and higher rates of anxiety. Caspian was the living proof of every one of those statistics. One bitter evening, a mountain storm arrived without warning. Rain hammered the cliffs. Lightning split the sky. Caspian stumbled forward, soaked and shivering, carrying nothing but his complaints. Then, through the curtain of rain, he spotted something, a faint amber glow on the hillside. A small stone cottage. He pounded on the door, and it opened to reveal an old man with a face as calm as still water. His name was Emmerich. He pulled Caspian inside without hesitation, offered him dry clothes and a bowl of thick, steaming soup. Before the warmth had even reached Caspian's bones, the complaints began flowing freely. The storm ambushed me. My map betrayed me. Fortune has always worked against me. Emmerich listened without interruption, without judgment, without even a flicker of impatience. When Caspian finally finished, the old man spoke for quiet words. "Rest. I will guide you down at dawn." Caspian felt grateful, but something about Emmerich unsettled him in a way he couldn't name. At first light, they stepped into a world swallowed by thick fog. The mountain path was razor-thin solid rock wall on one side, a cliff dropping hundreds of feet on the other. Caspian's hands trembled. His breathing became shallow. He begged Emmerich to wait for clearer weather. But the old man moved forward with the quiet confidence of someone who had never once doubted himself. His walking stick tapped rhythmically against stone. His steps never faltered. "How are you doing this?" Caspian demanded. "How can you possibly know where to step?" Emmerich paused without turning around. "Tell me something," he said softly. "What frightens you more right now, the storm that passed, or the storm you carry inside?" Caspian had no answer. He had never once considered that question. 3 hours later, they emerged into the valley. The fog dissolved. Golden morning light poured across the meadow like a reward. Caspian turned to thank Emmerich, and that is when he saw it. The old man's eyes were pale, clouded, unfocused. They moved, but saw nothing. They never had. Emmerich had been blind since the moment of his birth. He had never once seen sunlight. He had never seen the mountain he called home. He had never seen a single step of the deadly path he had just navigated with absolute precision through fog and storm. Caspian's voice broke. "How?" Emmerich touched his arm gently. "When I was young, I made one decision that changed everything. I chose to learn instead of grieve. I walked a little farther each day. I let my feet memorize every stone, my ears measure every echo, my hands read every wall. My blindness became my education, not my excuse. And you, he said quietly, you have two perfect eyes, yet you walk through life more blind than I have ever been. Caspian stood there as those words rearranged something permanent inside him. From that day forward, the complaining stopped. The excuses dissolved. He studied, prepared, practiced, and grew. Years later, people across the region sought his guidance. But Caspian never forgot one truth. The man who showed him the way had never seen the path at all. The chains that hold us back are rarely made of iron. They are made of excuses we choose to keep wearing. Drop one today. Which excuse are you finally ready to let go of? Share it below. Your answer might free someone else reading this right now.